Yo, what's up, guys? Today I'm going to be doing a commentary over a solo game that I played a few weeks ago, and I just kind of want to break down some of the things that I do, some of the decision making that takes place. Um, I ended up doing fairly well in this game. I win the game. Sorry to spoil it. I think you could already interpret that from the fact that I'm commentating it. Um, I won't tell you how many kills I get, but I end up winning the game. Uh, and it actually started off as kind of unusually. Um, I go to a less than popular spot. Um, I go Wailing Woods this game because that was the week that the challenge was to finish or follow the treasure hunt and go to Wailing Woods, or follow the treasure hunt from, I don't know, retail or something. And I just looked up where it was at, and it was at Wailing, so I ended up going to Wailing. I had no intentions of playing this game to win. I was just trying to get a few of the challenges done real quickly. But yeah, it ended up working out. Also, stay tuned to the end of the video because I'm gonna have a couple of announcements and questions for you guys, because I really want to interact with y'all and see how some of y'all are feel about this. This is me getting the challenge thing. I end up dancing with this guy, I think. Yeah. So now I just kind of dipped because I saw him getting ready to blow shit up. So I was like, I'm not trying to get blown up. So I'm just trying to look for a gun right now. There's obviously quite a few people here, all probably here for the challenge. I killed that guy because I thought he was shooting the or fighting the other guy that I was dancing with, so I was trying to hook the homie up. But I think he thought I was shooting at him, so he shot back. Kind of struggling at this point in the game. All I have is grenades and a green sub. I think I follow that guy, maybe? Yeah, I'm pretty sure I end up following this guy. Hunting him. Right there, this guy. I think he kind of figured he fucked up. He didn't hit his shots. If you don't hit your shots and you engage first, you just took an advantage, and now you're at a significant disadvantage. So now I have a fortified position, and this guy, I mean, he's obviously not a very good player. He didn't build. He just kind of hid behind the tree. So he got punished for his inability to hit his shots pretty quickly. Throughout this video and throughout all my videos, you're going to see me jumping a lot. And that's just kind of to avoid getting shot. The more you move, the harder it is to hit you. And specifically get sniped. Like, that's kind of the big one, getting sniped while you're on the move. Because if you're running in a straight line and you're not zigzagging, you're not jumping, any sniper in this game that knows how to snipe is going to hit you 9 times out of 10. Because it's just estimating your estimating the lead on the shot, and most people that know how to snipe are going to do that successfully most of the time. There we go. I was wondering when I was going to reload. So got 2 kills coming out of Wailing, which is way more than you usually have any other game. That was a huge come up right there. Also, for any of you telling me that I play on that are trying to come for me for playing on default, because I know I've already had lots of you try and come for me for playing on default. I got more vids coming out. I have switched it up now because now there's the what is it? Building Pro, the new controller setup came out last week, I think. So I'll have a video coming out probably tomorrow. Really, really nice game, and it was one of my first games playing with it. You guys should enjoy that. Just working on my materials. Usually, I'm not comfortable with mats until I have over 1,000 total, and at least half of that being brick or metal, because wood's great for getting quick engagements and defending yourself, but if you're getting a fortified position, you might as well not do it at all if you're going to do it in wood. That's such a great spot to get mats. If you hit all those stones in that tree, that's like 400 materials easy at least. I think right now I'm trying to find where those shots were coming from. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. If you guys have any questions that I don't answer in this commentary, feel free to post a question in the comment, and I'll be more than happy to answer that for you. The biggest thing I can tell you though, if you're struggling to be successful in Fortnite, is you just gotta play. You have to play a lot. Like, for me, it took probably almost 2 weeks of playing this game almost every day to get my first win. Like, and that's coming from like other shooters like Call of Duty. Like, it's just, you've got to practice. You got to learn the game. You got to be able to learn how to build and build quickly and hit your shots and all the different kinds of weapons. And don't get discouraged if you're struggling to get wins or to get a lot of wins, because I've got probably hundreds of hours of, no, definitely hundreds of hours of gameplay at this point. And I'm definitely not saying that I'm one of the best in the game or anything like that. You know, the streamers like Dakota Ninjas and all those guys are really the pinnacle of what Fortnite play is currently. I'm just a guy that plays it on PS4, that enjoys it and does well sometimes. So now I'm sitting on 467 brick. That's not too bad. That's enough for one really nice base or two decent bases. Here I see this guy right ahead of me. Southwest 240. I saw him go in the red warehouse, so I'm assuming he's going to pop out the other side. So I'm just kind of set up here and wait for him. And sure enough, there he is. Okay, that guy was that guy was not a good player. No disrespect to him, but something important that happened right there. This week, one of the challenges, this was done on Thursday when the weekly challenges come out, and one of the challenges was shotgun damage. So you'll see that I hit him twice with the scar, and then I took out my pump. If it weren't for that challenge, oh me saying that, I heard the troll. Um, but if it weren't for that challenge, I would have just scarred that guy to death. Because I had shots on, he had no idea where they come from, and I knew he was one shot. Oh, it's a gnome, not a troll. My bad. Yeah, the gnome's really fucking creepy because I didn't even know that was or I didn't know that they made noise going into this game. So, but yeah, I think there's a couple times in this game where I make the decision to engage somebody differently or fight them differently than I would have if I weren't trying to get as much shotgun damage as possible. Is that creepy little dude? Those were so creepy. They gotta mean something though, because I don't know if you guys know about the Easter egg when you build a brick wall and there's a gnome instead of a brick. I'm sure you guys have noticed if you've played a decent bit. If you haven't, you can just look it up. Randomly, completely randomly, when you build brick walls, sometimes, I'd say probably 1 out of 1,000 times, because they're really rare, there'll be a gnome in the wall instead of a brick, and it looks just like a smaller version of that. These llamas are so clutch. I love that they added these, but they're just so hard to find. But when you do find them, you're basically set for the game on ammo and mats. I think there's only three spawn per game. Don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure. I'm seeing this guy running into the factory right in front of me. Yeah, but I'm pretty sure it's only 3 per game, and they spawn literally anywhere. Like, I've seen clips of them in trees and shit. And they'll spawn... They can spawn anywhere, but they will always spawn on the highest point of where they spawn. So they won't ever spawn, like, under something. This fight was a little awkward because I didn't know where this guy was exactly. Like, you hear him, right? I didn't see him until he came around that corner. I should have noticed his shoulder beforehand.
Sorry, mate.
My favorite shotgun combination now to run. Well, I'm not gonna say favorite, but the pump tack combo. If you hit him once with the pump, then finish the job with attack, it's really effective. I never used double pump because I was always running the default controller setup, so it was never advantageous for me to do that. But this way, you hit him once with a pump, and if you hit that shot hard, shit, half the time I don't even have to finish anything with attack. Now I'm seeing these guys fight. I think I heard shots in the game, which is why I'm going over here, and then I saw them fighting. Another big thing, if you want to get better at this game, is push gunshots. Like, don't be the guy that sits in a bush the whole time. If you see you guys fighting, push them. Okay, because one of these guys he just won the fight, right? So he's already weaker than he probably otherwise would have been. And I'm pushing him because I don't want to give him any time to relax. I want him to be completely frazzled when I push him. And it's that easy. Also, when you win a fight, you're probably going to be more relaxed than you otherwise would be. Because there's that sense of relief. Here I was contemplating what to take. But yeah, absolutely push gunshots. The more fights you get in, the better you're going to get at this game. It's a sketch, man. And the more people you push, the more kills you'll potentially get. So you're going to be going into the final circles with more building mats, more ammo, and better guns. I see these guys fighting up ahead at south, almost exactly. And I can tell that they're both good players because they're building, and they're counter-building each other. So the fight's probably been going on for a couple minutes. So right off the bat, pushing this, I know that I've got to be careful. Because these guys definitely aren't scrubs. Yeah, you still see him building. I'm gonna make the guy look like a scrub though. It's fucking crazy. I heard that guy's footsteps. I had no idea where he came from. I thought he pushed through underneath, but he was still under there. I'm pissed that I let that guy damage me at all. I like the heavy shotgun a lot, but I'm still kind of torn how much I like it, because the range is phenomenal, but it's not, it doesn't hit quite, it's really right in between the attack and the pump, and I don't know if that's necessarily a good thing. Sometimes they're nice, sometimes they're not so nice. But I saw that somebody just built that, because somebody just won this fight, and I know that they're healing, so I'm trying to put pressure on them. This guy immediately builds, so he's very obviously not a scrub. Oh, you messed with the wrong one! So, I guess he wasn't that good of a player, but he knew to build. He just couldn't cover his ass while he built up. But I hit that shot with the heavy shotgun. Man, what the? And I think what did it do? 1 something? It did over 100 damage. So if you hit those shots, they hit hard. That's another instance of, if I wasn't going for shotgun damage, I would have just scarred that guy to death, because realistically, if you're just trying to win the game or win the fight, there's no reason to switch to a shotgun there. I just wanted to send a few rockets. I mean, I had fucking 50 some of them, so might as well wreck this guy's base for shooting at me. Looking back on this, I stand a little too still for a little too long. If I would have seen this going down and I had a sniper, I'd be watching me and waiting for me to stand still, and then I'd probably dome myself. Or this is hypothetically if I'm another player watching me do this, I could have gotten sniped. That was kind of confusing the way I said this. This is where this annoying guy with the guided missile starts screwing with me. I'm gonna say this: do not use guided missiles in solo games. Do not pick them up. Do not use. Period. Don't. The only time I could think about using a guided missile in a solo game is if it's a 1v1. There's only 2 people left alive, and even then that's a little sketchy, because they just leave you so exposed, and in solo games you have nobody to cover you, and it's pretty easy to figure out the general area that you're in when you're using one of those, and you know that when the missile's up, they're defenseless, and I'm gonna use that to my advantage here in a sec. And look how easy it is to counter. That missile wouldn't even be halfway here yet, and I'm completely safe. And by the time he sent another one, I could just rebuild whatever he destroyed. I think at this point I realize that he's putting pressure on the guy up on this hill, because there's only 3 of us left, and I know where everyone is. There's a guy up on the hill, and then the guy with the guided missile is past the hill somewhere up here to the 300 northwest area. So I'm going to push the guy with the guided missile because I know that he's exposed, trying to put pressure on the guy up on the hill. So this is a great situation for me, because I know that guy's probably distracted by him, and the other guy's distracted by him. So they're distracted by each other. The only thing I'm worried about is letting the guy up on the hill see me. Luckily he didn't, though. I was able to push this guy and finish him real quick. It's so important to hit your shotgun shots in this game. Like, that's probably, in terms of all the weapon types, that's probably what took me the longest to get good at. But it is so important. Right here I have minis and I have less than 50 shield. You're gonna see in other videos, I never take the risk. I'm gonna heal if I can, because there's no reason. I'm sure y'all have won gunfights with 1 or 2 HP before, so just don't take the risk. I don't think this guy's a good player at this point in time, because he's just kind of... he's not pushing me. So, I mean, that's not necessarily indicative of a bad player, but he's not an aggressive player. And there we go. That's the dub and with 10 kills.